Hi, I'm Mike of Nearly Enough Dice, and this is the Kerbal Space Program. Well, when last you saw our mighty hero, Jebediah Kerbal, there he is, look at him. So look inside, what can you see if he can see sod all in this thing? Oh, he's got a window, he's got a window. There you go. Nothing really to look at this. Look at in there. But, he is flying through the blackness of space in this thing. And I'm hoping to get some kind of landing. Well, it's going to be on the dark side of the moon, I guess. I should care about that, I suppose. Not that it really matters. I'm not actually trying to do any beaming back. The whole point is trying to get the science and then bring it back. Now, on the one hand, I completely over-engineered this beast. In that my orbital, the stage designed to get me to orbit, got me all the way to this orbit of the moon. Well, not that orbit, but it got me to the encounter with the moon, which is a good thing because it turned out that I completely balked up this stage. Basically, I've got big rocket max engines and then smaller engine tanks. That was supposed to be my transfer. That was supposed to be from Kerbal orbit to lunar orbit, moon orbit. Only I put the Sepatron on the wrong side of the adapter from the thin rocket to the thick rocket, meaning that the adapter is still there blocking the rocket's thrust. And if I hadn't quick saved, I would have been able to revert go back to the drawing board, more or less literally, and redo it. I mean, literally putting the Sepatron on the right side of the adapter is all I actually needed to do. But so I'm actually using my landing stage at this point to adjust my orbits and do the landing. So I've used a bit of my fuel and a bit of my Delta V, and I don't know how much. So this could all horribly fail. I should be okay in that I have a return stage that should get me back. And I'm going to stop being on time warp so I can at least talk. So my return stage, if I look at my lovely rocket, this fuel tank and that, and yeah, so there's an engine, there's a fuel tank, and then there's the actual module itself. That should get me all the way back home. So if it all goes horribly wrong at this point, I should still be able to get all the way home. Theoretically. But, so it should be okay. As long as I don't actually crash. So coming up for... It says a 3-second burn, but I don't know that I'm going to be going full throttle. Alright, so a quick check. What that's going to do, what I want to do is round about here, is I'm just going to be killing my horizontal momentum. Rather than anything else. So I put a maneuver node mainly just to keep me, so I know when it's about to happen. I'm not actually planning a maneuver as such. So I kill my horizontal velocity and then fall out of the sky, basically. I'll go a bit further. Right, so kill that. That's just being annoying at the same time. So I'm going to go back to actually look at me, and let's point towards my prograde, which is basically on the horizon. No, I want to go retrograde. What am I doing? And Jebediah's good enough that he can do that. He can actually point to retrograde. But I won't want to stick on retrograde. I'll want to stick on steady, because I want to stay on the horizon rather than anything else. Alright, let's go. That would help actually throttling it properly. Right, so the camera wobble is telling me that I'm changing. It's going from I'm being in orbit to I'm being around the planet. That's what that camera wobble is telling me. And the vector's is going up the way. So I don't know that I've got enough. Essentially, what I'm doing I don't have anything unless I can use. Right, it may be RCS time. I can remember how the RCS works. Do I have any mono propellant left? No, I don't have any mono propellant left. Oh god. Well, we'll extend the gear. I don't have enough. This is not going to work. Well, I can always just do an emergency abort. Looks like I'm going to have to do bugger. Because I'm coming in at 90 odd meters per second, which is about 180 miles an hour or something. I don't have enough. I can't slow my velocity enough. And that's it. That's all I can manage. Oh well. That's aggravating. Oh god. Point up. Which way's up? Oh god. This could be a problem. Very annoyed by myself by breaking. There we go. Let's get to the horizon as soon as. I need to get myself to some kind of orbit as soon as possibly can. Right, let's. Wildly eccentric orbit, let me never mind. And then round about here, probably going to start burning for home. It would appear to get me into some kind of encounter with the moon, and that, yeah, that's really all I need. So, this has kind of sort of, yeah, this has become an abort and a rescue mission and a Apollo 13-esque thing. It's just that instead of it being, you know, oxygen tanks exploded, it was like some idiot back in the vehicle assembly bay thought it would be a good, clever thing to put the Sepatron on the wrong goddamn side, and mysteriously this has caused a problem. So annoyed myself. I had like a whole goddamn stage in hand until it turned out that stage was completely pointless. Just some fine tuning. Oh, I'm going to stop now. This is going to be close enough, so I'll get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. We've got an orbit, that's fine, it'll do. Again, we'll just maybe I'm making my life difficult at this point. There we go. If I'm clever, I could probably come up with some brilliant, you know, free return trajectory from here. But I'm not clever, as I believe I have demonstrated reasonably well. So I'm just going to do this in easy stages. I'm just going to get out of the moon's orbit and get into Kerbal orbit, and then sort things from there. seem to be doing okay for fuel, so. Close enough. Can I focus on my actual ship? Right, so apoapsis, aponuva, move it more to be the actual apoapsis, and bring that in until that's within. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what this green thing is. Oh, heaven's sake. I hate it when I grab the wrong nose, the wrong thing on the maneuver nose. And I want that to be. Oh, that hit it did again. Never mind. I want that to be possibly not quite that low. Let's go for like 30 odd. Oh, that's. A bit needed to the Whoop. That'll do. Well, that's a 20-second burn. Eek. Do I have 20 seconds? Well, there's but one way to find out. It's not terrible. I'm in an orbit around Kerbal. I can go fetch him if it all goes wrong. Wronger. It's already gone pretty wrong. Can I go to a... Can I focus on... No, apparently not. My lord, it's 4 days till that burn. Why am I waiting around here? Let's zoomy zoom. Oh, that'll be why I'm having to do a full orbit. Oh well. Full orbit it is. I fortunately don't have any of the mods that require life support, so it's all good. Oh yeah, might want to point towards maneuver now. What's going on? Oh, it's not that. Not moving at all. Hopefully that doesn't mean that he's completely run out of the ability to do maneuvers. Hopefully every so often, hopefully it's just the fact that every so often you kind of lose control. By going to the space center, and then nearly hit a board. Going to Space Center, then finding the place, and then there we go. Oh, right. After all this nonsense, Jeb should be a fair pilot. Because he did fly by the moon, did orbit the moon, did a few things, so he should get a few experience points. He'll probably go up. I think he may even go for it. Thank goodness I over-engineered the return stage. Or overbuilt it, anyway. Right, so we are still an hour out. Ugh. Feel so ashamed. Such a little thing, and it breaks the whole thing. But this is hopefully my. When I say this is my Apollo 13, what I'm hoping is it's my one and only Apollo 13. I'm also hoping that it's successful. Possibly, I'm also hoping that Jeremiah gets played by Tom Hanks. Now it's set a 20-second burn, so I'm going to go at 10 seconds out. I've lost the estimated burn time because by going away and going back, it's forgotten how big this rocket is. Oh, it's minutes out. That's not. Go faster than that. I thought it was seconds out, not minutes out. 2, 1. Yeah, so last time I saw, I'm pretty sure it said about 20-second burn, so I'm going to go for a start off 10 seconds out. I hope I do in fact have enough fuel. Looks like we're alright. That I don't know what orbit that is. I don't know what the purple orbit is. The purple orbit thinks I'm orbiting around, but I don't really care. Because I ain't going to be doing it. Right, I think this means that I have successfully gotten Tom Hanks Kerbal. What is my current apoapsis? So I can just bring that in to about 35. And I've got tank in the fuel. Not that it matters. Because I actually shouldn't need to do anything else from now on in. So actually, I should in fact be able to literally just go to full warp. It should unwarp me, and you notice I'm not. I should be able to do this. Notice that I am in no way actually relying on it, but it should actually start to unwarp me. As you get to a lower altitude, it starts to unwarp you. But you'll notice I'm not actually allowing that to happen. So I'm about to hit atmosphere. So let's point ourselves retrograde. Where are we? There we are. I'm going into the night side of the planet. Brilliant. So pointing ourselves retrograde, which basically means that the engine is pointing into the atmosphere. I don't have deadly re-entry or any other mods that make re-entry even vaguely realistic. But it shouldn't matter. I'm now in the atmosphere. Woo! I'm now aerobraking. click to surface. But my surface velocity is going up. But having said that, I've got a ways to go yet, so it's all right. Inky blackness. That's all I can see. Oh, there we go. There's some Milky Way. I can. Or whatever the Kerbal equivalent is. I don't know what galaxy it is. What we're actually in. Because I'm speeding up because your periapsis is where you're going the fastest in your orbit. So I'm speeding up for that effect. Oh, we're going to get some dawn. That's going to look quite pretty. I should learn the keyboard shortcut for get rid of the UI, and so I can make pretty screenshots. But don't think now is the time to check. So I'm coming in quite fast. I wonder if I shouldn't burn some fuel. No, I'm actually slowing down now. That's good. So the atmosphere is beginning to really bite. So I am slowing down. I'm going to swap to map mode for a second. I'm going to see. I should be able to see my apoapsis kind of shrinking. Oh, you can see the whole thing really shrinking quite quickly. Right, there we go. Nice kind of aerobraking re-entry effect type thing. Completely visual, thankfully, because if I had to take into account, I mean, clearly, I can't even build sensible rockets with the slightly chonky, stock physics and stock mod, and without mods and that. Clearly, I should not be allowed to participate. Yeah, I should not never ever try to do anything as ridiculous as let's have realistic re-entry, which will kill you. Right, I'm wondering if I'm slowing down enough. I mean, yeah, technically I can just come in and do a second orbit, but I'm not. I'm not in risk of bouncing off, which is the main thing you don't want to do. What's my altitude doing? Am I going back up? I'm going back up. Time to burn. Apart from anything else, I don't really want any fuel in this thing. Alright, that's the camera orbit changing to, you're now in orbit mode. Ditch that engine, it is no longer been used to anybody. The sun is up, although it's still dark on the surface. Still going up. That is largely the opposite of what I want. Okay, so I'm going to go up for a bit more, and then I'm going to fall down again according to this. So why don't we just zoom as much as we can, and it will unzoom me at the right moment. So it looks like actually I have a right. So that apoapsis is in fact a lie. I'm still aerobraking. So I will eventually start to point down. Of course, I'll notice that because the actual capsule, because it's pointing retrograde, as in it's pointing its arse in the direction that it's heading. It should start to point down as I kind of come over. I'm still going up according to this. Whoa! Let's change that to that. Oh, no, right. What we're going to do is we're going to untime warp is what we're going to do. Jeb, still entirely happy after all of that. Yeah, that was brilliant! Dear me, let's have a look inside. And we're gonna oh wow, oh, we're suddenly tumbling again. Can I do things with an apple? Yeah, we're tumbling again. So let's get out of here. Get out of here specifically. We just lost. Oh, we've got no electric charge. Well, we do now, so. We must have run out. We're on our way down again, which is good. Must have run out of electric charge. Yeah, the solar panels aren't sufficient to keep up with the reaction wheels. So I turn that off. The solar panels start to recharge. I clearly needed to have more solar panels, or maybe I just needed to have them arranged differently. This has very much been a lesson in how not to do it. Yeah, you can see that's immediately draining the because it's not. Not that it really matters. Not that it really matters. Let's have a quick check. So I am falling out of the sky, which is what I want. I could I could set off my parachutes, but I'm not entirely sure if there's any point at this stage. So I've activated, but they're not. I don't think they're going to do anything. They're not even going to deploy. I don't think until. Yeah, the min pressure. There's not enough pressure here. Only I brought a barometer, but I didn't think I needed one. Oh, actually, no. I do want a barometer. I want to barometer. Around, flying across the skies of Kerbal. But that's going to be a pain in the ass to arrange, so I'm definitely going to bother. Again, pointing more or less. Retrograde. Where am I going to land? Who knows? Am I going to overshoot this land and end up somewhere interesting? I'm getting re-entry again, so there you go. That's exciting. And there are my chutes, which aren't going to burn up because I don't have deadly re-entry. But I am now vaguely pointing in the right direction, so I can turn off the T key, the stabilization, although that looks horrible. But that doesn't look much better. So looks like I'll be landing kind of here-ish. And I want to make sure that I unzoom when I get to about 1,000 meters or so. Can I go with 2,000? I don't know how high this terrain is. Because the parachutes will go 500 above whatever the terrain is, and I don't know how high that is. It's probably not that high. So I'm coming in awfully quick, but that doesn't matter because the parachutes. Jeb's happy. Look at him. Look at him. Look at his happy face. Okay, so I'm only about 200 odd meters above sea level, but that's fine. So now I'm on Delicious Lovely for meters per second descent. I probably have too many parachutes. Well, you can have too many parachutes. More than is strictly necessary, I think, would be the correct thing to say. So there's my shadow. I'm going to unzoom, unwarp here-ish. Well, exactly here, because I've just done that. So there you go. After all that, we did get back. And I do know this rocket will work with one slight adjustment. Let's recover the vessel. See what we get after all that. I didn't get any of my science. Well, I didn't get any of the science experiments on the moon, which I wanted to do. But still, you get some. Let's see if I get anything from the recovering vehicle. So I got 20 science. A vessel returned from a suborbital flight on the moon. So there you go, 20 science. That gives me 60. We get 24% of the value of the resources because I was so far away. So I spent quite a lot of money on all that, but I got tons. It's fine. 3 XP gained. Woo! I didn't get any reputation. Wow, so he's actually got quite a lot. Oh, okay. Orbit around Kerbal 2, orbit around Moon 3. So these all only have flight at Kerbal. So he's got a total of 5 XP, and I need another 5 XP to get him up a level, which I would like to do. And I need to chuck some people into orbit, get them some XP. There you go. Because these guys only had flights. These guys haven't done anything, obviously. Well, wasn't that exciting? Yeah. So I believe I can get another 2 experience out of the moon if I can get Jebediah on the moon and get him to plant the flag. That's going to be, I think that's a total of 5 moon experience you get. And then I'm going to start getting to Minmus and stuff. So I didn't get the science I wanted on the moon. I did discover a slight flaw in my rocket, which I will go and patch right now. And I got 20 science. Woo! Not that I don't think 20 science. I don't think the amount of science does me any good. I don't think 20 is. I think I'm needing 300 quite a lot. Right. But we got there. We got there all the way, and we ended up all the way back. Much to my surprise. I have discovered this is a massively overpowered rocket, but I don't care. So we're going to take that away. We're going to take that away. We're going to throw it away because it's bad and wrong. And looking back, it's so obvious what an idiot mistake this was. You know, it's just so obvious. But I'm a pilot, so there you go. I've hit the caps lock. Caps lock key. Patched. So we're going to have another go at that, but that is going to be next time. I'm going to hit save again. Save. It's going to be next time. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying it. You can also find us at nearlyenoughdice.com, which is our role-playing game podcast and blog. But until we meet again, I've been Mike of Nearly Enough Dice, and always remember to reach for the stars.